difficult is beautiful. And especially the moment when you overcome something that's hard. It gives you a lot of energy.
Today, the word utopias is usually associated to something impossible that doesn't exist. And that's why we decided to put it together with the word possible, because what if it was possible to have more bikes than cars on the mountain? What if it was the norm?
Thank you for having us. We are Upossible, and this is Eline. She's a climber, activist, and musician. My name is Simon. I'm a cyclist, and I love to bring stories alive.
Hello.
We had the idea to put our energy into something more meaningful than just performance.
We chose this long weekend format where we always go to a place in a way that if you have a long weekend time, you can do it as well.
In Upossible, our vision is that going climbing by bike becomes the norm. We, you, and everybody is struggling to walk the talk, but that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about our egos, about rock, about trees, about storms, and about silver linings.
This is really a lot. Simon, I feel like you're never gonna do this. And now I'm supposed to climb after cycling with a heavy rope on my bike. And we haven't even started yet. I mean, I wanted to cry sometimes because I was just too much effort or too much complicated situations to handle. Here I am again, doubting. Even if I believe what we're doing is part of the solution, I just can't shake this feeling. What I do know is that today's ecological challenges are multifaceted. There is climate change, but also massive biodiversity decline. There is the depletion of natural resources and wide-scale pollutions. And then there is political inaction and the loss of hope and social injustice and the place of humans within the rest of the living world. It's all going in different directions. And this is exactly why we need wide and different solutions. I really believe that changing the way you go to the outdoors and using sustainable travel is a very powerful tool to adapt and to face this ecological crisis. Yeah! You climbed 1.6 times the capital. Wow! In a day! This is something about traveling by bike. There's a way of connecting to people that is different. You're slower, you're literally outside instead of being in a car where you're in a closed space, and so you meet people in this different way, you know, and I think that was a beautiful, unexpected part of the trip. Now comes a very special moment of the cycling where you can see the cliff, where you can climb. Suddenly you're way faster. There's this special energy that you get when you go to a place by bike. It's that it took you a lot of effort to get there, so you want to make the best out of it. So we're trying to change the way we live while being aware that the system today is not made to be sustainable. And this does not mean we should wait around. It means we find our own way of acting without trying to be perfectly sustainable. Because sustainability is not all or nothing. Usually when you go on a climbing trip, all your energy goes into climbing. and here climbing is just a small piece in a huge puzzle when you have so much stuff to handle. Your bag, the weather, the food, the sleeping, the coordination of all that, and then climbing is such a small part of it that sometimes it can be very frustrating. I'm so tired. I do like 2 moves and I'm super pumped. On the other hand, when you finally climb, it's like there's nothing else than you and the rock, and suddenly it becomes the easy part. Even if climbing still feels hard, but in contrast to all the other things you had to manage before, then you can just focus on one thing and it feels amazing. And you can suddenly give everything you have in a try, in a go, and maybe send a route or climb very well even if you're more tired, because you have this fire, because you got there by your own means and your own energy to get up the hill and get to the climbing place. When I was struggling and when I wanted to give up and stop because I couldn't see all this beauty anymore, it was too far away from my mindset, it was somehow a deep confidence that came from all the work we put in since the beginning. And this made me confident that it was worth it, that all this effort and all this struggle would take us somewhere, and maybe it's just somewhere where both of us are changed, and maybe it's somewhere where others are inspired.
What we were doing until now was a crash test. We went out and we tried to go cycling and climbing in a way that's like a weekend trip. We would like to share what we've learned and hope we can give something to somebody else, and would be so happy if a group of friends starts cycling to the crack in the future.
Simon, are you okay? Are you tired? Do you want to go home, weirdo? The idea is that we come in person to the place where we want to share our message. We prepare this theater or spectacle or presentation, and we are there to connect with people. And imagine Billy, who's watching us from up there. What would he tell us?
He would probably tell us to go and find an island of sun in a storm.
Upossible is a combination of 2 words, utopias and possible. Utopia means that we believe in a world where going climbing by bike is the norm, and possible means it's possible, and the combination of both is the name of our adventure.